This is the first major paradox in history. The sun-baked marble steps of Athens' courthouse radiated heat as the famous Protagoras faced a humbling truth. In this moment, the master of debate found himself outwitted by his own student. The teacher who had shaped so many young minds now stood exposed, his famous words turned against him in the marketplace of ideas he once dominated. It had begun years earlier, when a bright-eyed young man named Euathlus approached the great sophist. "Teach me the art of argument," the youth pleaded, "and I will make you famous throughout Greece." Protagoras stroked his beard. "Fame I have? What I require is 50 drachmae." Euathlus's face fell. "I have no money." The sophist's eyes gleamed. "Then we shall make a bargain. Study with me now. Pay me only after you win your first case in court." The young man's grin could have outshone the sun itself. Done. 5 years later. The streets of Athens buzzed with whispers. "Have you heard? Protagoras is suing his own student." In the crowded courtroom, the aging philosopher made his case with perfect logic. "If the court rules in my favor, Euathlus must pay. If they rule against me, that means he's won his first case, and thus owes payment by our agreement. Either way, the debt stands." The spectators murmured in awe. The trap was perfect. Then Euathlus rose. The boy Protagoras remembered had become a man, his eyes sharp with hard-won wisdom. "Respected judges," he began, "my teacher forgets one thing. If you rule for me, I owe nothing. But if you rule for him, that means I've lost my first case, and thus owe nothing under our agreement." A stunned silence fell. Then chaos erupted. From the back of the courtroom came a familiar, dry chuckle. All heads turned to Socrates, who was shaking his head in amusement. "Protagoras, my friend," the old philosopher called out, "you wanted to measure truth by man's reason. Now see where it has led you." The judges, unable to untangle the paradox, dismissed the case entirely. As the crowd dispersed, Protagoras found himself staring at his former pupil. Euathlus smiled. "Shall we discuss this over wine, teacher?" That night, as the oil lamps flickered in a quiet tavern, the two debated until dawn. No money changed hands, but something far more valuable did, the recognition that even the wisest among us can be undone by our own cleverness. And somewhere in the shadows, Socrates smiled to himself, already turning this lesson into a new question for his students tomorrow. Years later, when asked about the famous case, Euathlus would simply say, "I did pay my teacher that night, not in coin, but in understanding. And that currency never runs dry."